Okay, the next chapter is biological molecules. The first one we will discuss nutrients. Nutrients are the chemical substances like carbohydrates, fats, protein, and vitamins and dietary fibers, and that have two functions. The first function is that they nourish our body. Like for example, our hairs, our skin, our muscles, our bones, everything is made up of these elements. So they nourish our body. Secondly, they provide us with energy. For example, heart is pumping, it requires energy. For example, kidney is purifying the blood, it requires energy. Impulse is moving in the body, it requires energy. We are respiring, it requires energy. So all these energy requirements and all these nourishment requirements, they are fulfilled by these chemical substances, carbohydrates, fats, proteins, that we take in through our diet. So that is why it is very significant that the diet must be very good, so that we can ensure good health. Is it clear? Okay, now let's
Yeah,
move ahead. Carbohydrates, the first chemical nutrient that supplies us with energy and nourish our body, is carbohydrate. It is organic compound. Why it is called organic compound? Because of carbon. Whenever there is carbon, it is an organic compound. So carbohydrates are actually, as the name is suggesting, it is hydrate of carbon, means it has carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. So carbon is made up of carbohydrates, they are made up of three elements, CHO. But all these three elements, they are in fixed ratio. They are in fixed ratio. Like for example, glucose is C6H12O6. So 1:2:1. So carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen in fixed ratio. All these three elements. Okay, the important carbohydrates in our diet, they are glucose, fructose, lactose, maltose, and galactose. Lactose is present in milk, glucose and fructose, they are present in fruits, many other fruits also, not only these two. Similarly, starch is present in potatoes and cereals. Starch, this is the first carbohydrate, this is second and third, this is another carbohydrate. And then maltose, it is present also in cereals and grains. ठीक है, लाइक हमारे पास चने की दाल, मसूर की दाल, माश की दाल, डोबिया, ये सारी की सारी, दे आर रिच इन maltose and starch both. Okay, then what is the importance of carbohydrates? The most importance of carbohydrates in diet. यहाँ से हमें पता तो लग गया carbohydrates are present in which foods. Now, what is the importance of consuming these foods? Carbohydrates are chief source of energy in our body. Like Ramadan is coming, so it is sunnah to break the fast with a date. खजूर के साथ. Why? Because date is rich in carbohydrates. So when we break our fast with a date, so since we are fasting from morning till evening, so immediately this consuming eating of date provide our body with energy. So this is a chief source of energy. And 1 gram of carbohydrate, it provides 16 kilojoule of energy. Secondly, carbohydrates form the cell wall of the plants, all fruits, all vegetables that we consume, all fruits, all vegetables that we consume, they have cell wall, and their cell wall is made up of carbohydrate. Similarly, all fruits, all vegetables, they are made up of plant cells, and all the plant cells that are present in our body, they are made up of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. Similarly, this nucleic acid, they are also made by carbohydrates. They make nectar in flowers so that insects are attracted For pollination, insects are attracted for pollination. So this nectar is sweet in taste. Why it is sweet in taste? Because of carbohydrates. Okay, now this was the question that came in the past paper. These two ticks. This is a past paper question. Okay, so green plants. A question that why there is more carbohydrates in plants than animals? Because animals we eat meat. Humans and animals they eat meat. They drink milk. Okay, so they consume many other foods that have other nutrients also, but plants they only make their food by photosynthesis. The main source of food is photosynthesis, and we know that by photosynthesis only glucose is made. So that's why the percentage of carbohydrate is very high in plants as compared to humans and animals. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is also a past paper question. What is the importance of eating bananas? So first of all, banana, like other fruits, they are rich in carbohydrates and they provide us with energy. They do not have any cholesterol because we know that cholesterol can cause heart diseases and high blood pressure. Okay, so bananas they are rich in vitamin C. So scurvy can be prevented in which our gums start to bleed. मतलब जब जो है ना when we do toothpaste or toothbrush at night, so gums start to bleeding. Why? This is because of the deficiency of vitamin C. So many fruits they have vitamin C. Similarly, the importance of this is also a past paper question. What is the significance of consuming banana before a tennis match or before a race? So, is that when someone eats a lot of bananas, like for example, we often see in cricket match that if a player has scored 100, 150, 170, so when he is tired and he is still batting, so from the dugout, he is provided with bananas. So why when someone eat more bananas, so they are rich in carbohydrates. So the first job will be that eating more banana will provide the player with instant energy. And secondly, that extra carbohydrate it will be stored as glycogen in liver and muscles. So when this player will be keep on playing and deficit of carbohydrates, so immediately this glycogen that is stored in liver and muscle, it will be secreted back to glucose, and again it will be start supplying energy to the player during a race or a tennis match or a cricket match. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now this is glycogen molecule. Glycogen is stored in liver and muscle and it is insoluble. And glucose is soluble because it can be consumed soluble. Glucose is soluble and in glycogen. So it is made up of many glucose molecules like one, two, three, four. You can see many glucose molecules. They are combining together and they are forming one glycogen molecule. So this is the structure of a glycogen molecule. Now, how can we test that this fruit has carbohydrates, etc.? So, first of all, we will take 1 ml of Benedict solution. What is Benedict solution? It is mixture of copper sulfate, sodium citrate, and sodium carbonate, and 2 cubic centimeter glucose in a test tube. So, एक test tube के अंदर we added 2 centimeter glucose, then we added 1 ml of Benedict solution. Then we will shake the test tube thoroughly and heat it in water bath. We will keep this test tube in water bath and then we will heat it from the bottom. So what will happen when it is heated? So this glucose and this Benedict they will react with each other because heat will act as a catalyst. It will act as a catalyst, allowing the glucose molecule to react with Benedict solution. So red precipitates will be formed because in glucose, red precipitates they are formed. For example, if orange color forms, it means that the sample that we have added, it has 60 to 80% glucose. If it turns yellow, it means that 40 to 60% glucose is present in sample. If upon heating it becomes green, it means 20 to 40% sample is present in glucose molecule. And if it becomes blue, then it means that 0% glucose is present in our sample. Now the second chemical nutrient is fats. Fats are also called as lipids, and they are also organic compounds. Why are they organic compounds? Because they contain again carbon. Like carbohydrates, fats also contain three elements: carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen, but they have no fixed ratio. In carbohydrates, we had a fixed ratio, but here, like C57 H110O6, this is a tri-stearin fat. So you can see that there is no fixed ratio in it. Fats are present in ghee, oil, stearic acid, oleic acid, and butter, cheese, olives, leguminous plants, etc. Now, one fat molecule is made up of one glycerol and three fatty acid molecules. Like, for example, this is one glycerol, and this is one, two, three. So, if we label them, so this is one glycerol, and this is three fatty acids. Together, they make one fat or lipid molecule. Is it clear, Noor? Okay, let's move ahead. Here it is given. This is fatty acid and this is glycerol. What is the importance of fat? Fats are also efficient source of energy. Carbohydrates were chief source of energy. Carbohydrates provided instant energy, but fats provided a lot of energy. A lot of energy and instant energy. Like 1 gram of fat forms 38 kilojoule, releases energy. And what second layer is the fatty layer in water animals like fish in Atlantic Ocean. Very cold water. They can survive in that cold water. Their body heat doesn't go outside. For example, if this is a fish, okay. So what happens that the heat of the body is retained inside the body, and the coldness of the sea water does not enter the. So the coldness of ocean seawater does not enter into the body, and inside heat is also retained. So in this way, this is the importance of fat, and especially those penguins and other marine life. Fats also make protoplasm, cell membrane, and cytoplasm. And now, if we discuss about the harmful effects of fat, yes, fats also have some harmful effects. The first harmful effect is that it contains cholesterol, so that can cause heart attack, because we know that cholesterol can accumulate in the coronary arteries of the heart. Coronary artery of the heart, and in this way it will block and blocks the supply of glucose and oxygen to heart muscles. Heart muscles which won't be able to contract. So this is cholesterol. Secondly, extra fat. In homeostasis, we studied that in the lowest more layer of the skin, there are adipose tissues. So, like glucose, extra glucose is stored as glycogen in liver and muscles. Likewise, extra fat is stored in adipose tissues of the skin. That is unwanted, that is not required. Extra fat will be stored in adipose tissues of the skin. So it will lead to obesity, motapa, and this obesity can later on can cause high blood pressure. It can cause diabetes, etc. Now, how can we test the fats? We will take a test tube, and in this test tube we will add small amount of coconut oil, and this coconut oil we will add ethanol, and then we will shake the mixture thoroughly. So after some time we will observe a white cloud milky color, and this will confirm fat. And if the solution remains clear, it means that there were no fat in coconut oil. Now proteins. Proteins we will discuss in the next class. Inshallah. Thank you very much.